All right, listen up. The name's Jones. And yeah, you see my name at the top of that leaderboard? That's not some lucky accident. This is my game. And in this game, one thing and one thing only rules everything: money. So today, you're getting the official briefing.
So, you must be the new players. You really think you've got what it takes to climb the ranks? To try and what, knock me off my throne? Don't make me laugh. But you know what? If you're serious, you better pay attention. This briefing is your one and only shot at knowing the rules well enough to even try and compete with me.
Okay, let's just dive right into this. Before you can even dream about building some business empire, you have to master your own resources. Consider this the tutorial level, mastering your own money. Mess this part up and it's game over before you even really start. Seriously.
Let's get one thing crystal clear. This right here, this isn't a suggestion. This is rule number 1. You are the boss of your money. It does what you tell it to, not the other way around. Because if you let your money just wander off on its own, I guarantee you it is not coming back. Got it?
Think of a budget as your financial GPS. It is literally the map of the entire game world. You've got money coming in, that's your income, maybe from a part-time job or whatever, and then you've got money going out, your expenses, like your phone bill or tickets to a show. If you don't track it, you're just wandering around in the dark, and you'll never, ever find the treasure that way.
Now, saving, it's not about being cheap, okay? It's about powering up for your next big move. And here's the secret. Pay your future self first. You want that new phone? Cool, that's a short-term goal. Thinking about a car? Maybe college down the line? That's the long-term quest. You got to set those goals and save up. That way you'll have the resources you need when a real opportunity shows up.
All right, little word of warning here. Debt. It can be an incredibly powerful tool, or it can be a trap that just ends your game. Good debt, well, that's an investment, like a student loan for an education that gets you a better career. That's a smart play. But bad debt? That's just swiping a credit card for stuff you want right now but absolutely do not need. It's a resource drain, and it'll leave you lagging way behind.
Okay, tutorial complete. You made it. Now for the next level. You've got a big idea, maybe even something that could, maybe actually compete with me. But ideas are cheap. You need resources. You need funding. It is time to acquire your gear.
So one way to get started is called bootstrapping. I want you to think of this as the solo player mode. You're using your own cash, your personal savings, maybe a small loan from your family. No partners, no investors telling you what to do. It is all on you.
The big advantage of going solo, you are in complete 100% control. Every decision is yours, and every single dollar of profit is yours. But, and this is a big but, here's the challenge. Your resources are super limited. It's a high-risk, high-reward strategy. If you mess up, there's nobody else to blame.
But hey, you don't have to play solo. You can absolutely team up to get funding. You can find allies, like angel investors. These are wealthy people just looking for the next big thing. Or you could go for venture capital firms. That's the big leagues for sure. There's even crowdfunding, which is getting small amounts of cash from a whole lot of people. And of course, there are always the traditional bank loans.
Now, every player, and I mean every player, faces this critical choice. With debt financing, you borrow money that you have to pay back, plus interest. It's a loan, plain and simple. With equity financing, you sell a piece of your company for cash. You don't have to pay that money back, but you give up some ownership. You're literally giving your teammate a piece of the final prize. You have to choose wisely.
All right, you got your funding. You're officially in the game now. But how do you know if you're winning or losing? You have to learn to read the scoreboard, the user interface of business, and that means you have to understand financial statements.
To put it simply, financial statements are the report card for your business. They are the stats screen that shows you exactly what's going on with your money. There's no hiding, no guessing. The numbers, my friend, do not lie.
First up is the income statement. This is the simplest scoreboard you're going to find. It shows your revenue, that's all the money your business earned, and your expenses, all the money you spent. The final number, your net income, answers one simple question. Are you making money? Yes or no?
Next, we have the balance sheet. I want you to think of this as your character sheet at one specific moment in time. It lists all your assets, that's everything your business owns, and all your liabilities, everything it owes. This is what shows your true financial health.
Okay, so you're profitable on paper. Your income statement looks fantastic. You feel like you're totally winning. But now comes the boss battle. This is the toughest challenge in the entire game, surviving the cash crunch.
Memorize this. I'm serious. Write it down. Revenue is vanity. Profit is sanity. But cash is king. You can have $1 million idea and be profitable, but if you don't have actual physical cash in the bank to pay your bills this Friday, you're out of the game. Cash is everything.
Your cash flow is the lifeblood of your business. It's your health bar. If more cash is coming in than going out, you've got positive cash flow and your health is regenerating. But if it's the other way around for too long, that bar hits zero and it is game over. So, to survive this fight, you need a strategy. It's called a break-even analysis. And to do that, you need to know your stats. Your fixed costs, those are the bills that are the same every single month, like rent. Your variable costs, expenses that change depending on how much you sell. And your contribution margin, that's the cash left from each sale to pay those fixed costs.
And here it is, the secret formula, the break-even point. You take your total fixed costs and you divide it by your contribution margin per unit. The number you get tells you exactly how many items you need to sell just to cover your costs. After that point, every single sale is pure profit. That's when you really start leveling up.
So, you survive the boss battle. You know your numbers inside and out. Now, for the end game. These are the master tactics for long-term victory, for actually having a shot at my top spot on that leaderboard.
Look closely at this. Here's the real secret. The rules for managing your own money, all that stuff we covered back in the tutorial, they're the exact same rules I use to run my entire empire. The only difference is the scale. There are just a lot more zeros on the end of the numbers.
So here they are, my pro tips for the win. Always, and I mean always, stick to a budget. Build an emergency fund, because trust me, you are always going to need a safety net. And the most important cheat code of all, never stop learning. This game is always changing, and if you stand still for even a second, you're going to get left behind.
All right, that's the briefing. You've seen the playbook. You know the rules. So the only question left is, are you ready to actually play the game? Go on then. I'll be waiting for you at the top. Try to keep up.